Are we? Wait, let me check. Are we? Are we on yet? Are we there yet? Yep. Yes, we are. Hello everyone. This is Equinox Eterna, your new favorite nightmare, and I'm sleepy as fuck. That shouldn't be news. I'm always sleepy. Yeah. So today I know that the EX stages are open already, but I need to continue this. I don't want to rush it that much because I have been between a lot of things that I had to do this week. I haven't had the time to read this, so if I'm gonna read this, I prefer to do it in stream, even if it's even more slow, or I have to be seated. I have to be here in my chair all the time instead of just grabbing my phone and reading the event on my bed. But okay, let's start. What is this? So OR7, a platter of meat from 5 kinds of beasts. An official once presented the dish to the true Lung at a feast of 100 delicacies, advising the roller to take equal care of young people from all walks of life. Okay. Let's keep using this set. Go. Oh, impression. Right at the start. And you are so lucky. All my years at the Judicial Review Office, and you're the first I have seen who has the chance to get out of this damn prison alive. I myself never expected it to turn out this way. That's what's wrong with all you clerical types. After living for the day, never thinking about the consequences. All the time spent researching, all those years of blood, sweat, and tears, all for a dish at the feast and one very angry lung. You caused quite the ruckus and ended up in here. Are you happy? It is as you say, but my deeds were loyal and just. This I know. My conscience is clear. Those who peer into fine ponds to find omens will see omens. So, what comes next in your plans? The order to transfer has already been issued. I will be joining the diplomatic mission to Victoria in 3 days. After all that happens, I can no longer stay in Baishao. These arrangements are the fruit of Minister Ning's efforts. Victoria? How are you supposed to get to Victoria with a body like yours? To be favored with a pardon is all I need ask for. Besides, I can consider going to Victoria returning home. Can you really? I remember you saying your wife and child already passed away, no? Yes, it has been many years since that day. Even if I did believe you, do you think other people will? If you can remember things that happened back then, so can others. Do you know how many eyes will be watching you when you return? What am I to do? Please speak plainly. Lend me your life, my friend. That unvarnished truth you crave, I will give it to you. More politically. Court intrigue. And this horse. Horse? The first time I came to Baishao to further my studies left a deep impression on me. A skyscraper that blotted out the heavens, an unending sea of brilliant lights. and in the center of all those lights was the Forbidden City. 1,000 feet it tethered, its lofty heights unseen from the ground. My teacher said this was where every policy was decided, where every decree was handed down, each one affecting the lives of untold commoners, about the Hebert and mountains. And thus it is here that every student can put to use all they have learned, to serve the lands and the people. But when I stood here in the flesh, facing that palace of edifice and high walls, I felt a chill sap away my breath. You have arrived early, Mr. Liang. Miss Ning? Miss Ning? You seem surprised. Do you not wish to see me? Hardly. I simply had not heard you. I simply had not heard you would also be attending the Feast of 100 Delicacies, Miss Ning. I forgot, huh? Hey. Yay. I forgot to post the Twitter thing. Anyways, Mr. Ning is ill, so for this year's feast, the Ministry of Rights had no choice but to send me to attend in his stead. It was a rather last-minute decision, so I did not have the time to tell you, my lord. I suppose that leave us equals in silence, since it seems you never planned to tell me you were attending Easter. I am merely here as part of my work. I did not wish to bother you, Miss Ning. I am suddenly reminded of how, aside from Shangshu, we have not met for the better part of a year. Several of my letters to you during that time received no answer. It can be hard to put words to paper, and I find myself often mere than official business. I have been negligent in maintaining my side of the conversation. I cannot deny your blame, Miss Ning. But have I mentioned blaming you, my lord? During your time as magistrate, even the smallest needs of your hometown never left your thoughts. Now with expanded duties, the concerns have only increased. But for some reason, after only 6 short months, I feel as though we have become estranged, as if there are some things we cannot say to the other. Putting that aside for the moment, this is the first time you're attending the feast, yes? Yes, my early years were spent in Changshu, so I had little opportunity to take part in government events such as this. My topics are often deliberated upon during this feast. The question this year is, what decision will His Majesty make in regard to this war? I dare not make any sort of wild conjecture on His Majesty's thoughts. But you're a clever man, Mr. Liang. Your conjectures are always correct. You did in fact have something in your mind the other day, and you wanted to discuss it with grandfather, did you not? I dare not lie to you, Miss Ning. Phrase it how you will. I am always happy to hear that you wish to see me. But I am afraid that for you, I have never been someone to be trusted or to entrust things with. The tension! The romantic tension between these two? Huh? I believe there may have been a misunderstanding, Miss Ning. It was the other. I believe that there may have been a misunderstanding, Miss Ning. I do not mean to blame you. Who among us did not detest the murky secrets of bureaucracy when these red robes were first draped over us? But now we must navigate all this wheeling and dealing, like it or not. I may not be close to the center of the court, but there is one thing even I know. It is difficult to speak the truth, and even more difficult to make others believe you are speaking the truth. Once you enter the palace walls, the word sincerity means less than nothing. But all I... oh, that hit me in the throat. But all I have ever shown you is sincerity, Miss Ning. No matter what may come, I have always hoped you will remember. I Interrumpido por la campana, por el gong o lo que sea, trompeta, I don't know. We should take our seats now, Mr. Liang. Let us head inside. Come on, step on it. Check over your ingredients one last time when you're done. The guests are already seated. We need to start serving as soon as the order comes in. Inspect all your ingredients. Check on the stews, soaps, and soups while you're at it. The list up on stove number 90. I don't know how, but the color seems to be a bit off. What? How many times did I say to cut the ingredients into finger with cubes? No more, no less. And it's supposed to be in the fire for 20 hours. No breaks. Someone must have screwed up something up. All right, move aside. I'll come have a look. Hey, Blaze. She's covering her sight. No, we lost. Hey, over here. Why are you still wearing those clothes? Scared people won't notice you or something. Formal dress for formal occasions. I have kept these clothes at home just in case. But this is the kitchen. Don't you have anything more suitable to put on? No. Lei Shi, please. Lin Xinjiang, please. You, hey! Is disguising yourself not something natural for judicial officers? What nonsense are you talking about? Deputy Minister at the Judicial Review Office is not some undercover ghost. So I have found myself sneaking around a lot lately for some reason. Alright, enough muttering, change into these clothes. You follow the army of waiters into the banquet area as they're serving up dishes. Then change back into your fancy robe when you can. Fine. This kind of infiltration really does make me a little nervous. You said you were going to stand up to see Justice Resort, so if you make the Trulung mad, is he just going to arrest you right away, or is he going to... There is a tradition of demonstration during the Feast of 100 Delicacies. Besides, we're just going to request a reopening of an old case due to inconclusive evidence. Why would the Trulung be mad at me? Also, there is one thing, which is, have you ever thought about what if the truth we managed to dig up in this case turned out to be the complete opposite of what we thought? What if you found out everything around you is one big lie? What are you talking about? Didn't we do all this to get the truth in the first place? If it is a lie, we'll smash it to pieces. Why the hesitation? We have come this far already. What choice do we even have? Okay, Blaze, I think your father, he was likely a good man. Huh? Why this all of a sudden? Promise me this. If something unexpected happens, you must take care of yourself first. Shh! Someone's coming! Hide under the stove! Is everything ready? Ready, Chef. These longevity noodles you are in charge of may be simple, but they are still vital for the fest. Make no mistakes while preparing them. Understood. You... Also, I don't know why your chief did not wish to come to the feast. I believe he had his reason to choose you. Once the feast is over, I will give you the opportunity to take on my mantle. Eh? Me? Not happy to hear that? There's a lot of chefs who would pinch themselves awake if they were told they were going to be your apprentice. But I don't understand. Why are you entrusting all the skills you have learned your entire life to only one person? Nonsense. Do you know how many examinations a Ding Feng Lu head chef puts their prospective students through before they chose an apprentice? Not to mention the fact that my own Shifu was the one who penned the Book of Foods with recipes from all four major cuisines and has served us well for decades worth of feasts. Of the hundreds of chefs in the Ding Feng Lu kitchen who have honed their craft for many years, Shifu chose me to take the reins. Just me. Generations of exquisite artisanship in these hands. You let anybody smudge it. But no matter how exquisite the artisanship is, you're making the dish for people to eat. Hmm? What I mean is, teaching a single apprentice who is as good as you is really more important than teaching a bunch of chefs who can do a decent job. The more you teach, the more can cook, which means even more of Jan can enjoy taste food. Or something. Hmm. That's enough of your disrespectful rubbish. Focus on your noodles. Aguante, camarada Blaze. Oh, papa, sushi and Leo. Have the preparations have been made. Human has entered the highest state of alert, and the city defenses are all in position. The citizens have been evacuated, 20,000 soldiers and 3,000 Tianshis able to take the field at any time. 3,000 Tianshis. Holy hell. They await your orders. Okay. Let us see if the moons wax or waning in favor tonight. General, the Grand Commander's messenger has arrived. At this hour? Where's the message then? He didn't have one. All he had to deliver was a box of mooncakes. He said the Grand Commander had only one thing to say to you, General. Eat them while they are hot. Don't let them get cold. Hmm. You received my notice, Lord Shuo. It has been a while. Are you very well? You... No need to be so tense. This pawn shop has long since closed its doors. No one will be bothering us. Why meet me alone? Shouldn't I be asking you that, Lord Shuo? What do you mean? I opened this pawn shop on a whim during my stay in Baishao, and for a time, business was booming. Every day we'll see customers bring in all sorts of curious scrolls, precious baubles, and odd gemstones. In the end, many of them were taken by my wandering younger brother and placed within his garden. Oh! The most curious thing was that all the customers who came by this shop had one thing in common. They were looking for me. You think far too highly of yourself. Well, since you have come to see me, does that not mean you have something to discuss, Lord Suo? Perhaps I could answer one or two questions plaguing you. All I want to know is, why have you come to Baishao? If that convict has decided now is time to declare war on Jan, all the other way I see him is death and destruction. But I'm sure he knows that already. Indeed, my elder brother is skilled at the art of the gridded board and naught else. So it is a formidable and well-honed skill at that. Do you still remember the Shanghai Shong who appeared in Human, Lord Shuo? During the Sui regulator's analysis of the incident, we noticed traces of another Ferramut proxy's action. One is suspected of being involved. What are you trying to say? I'm sure you remember, Lord Suo, that during that hunt 1,000 years ago, the Ferramut of Yan were either put to sword or vanished. Has the Sui regulator ever wondered, considering my brother was able to find one of them? Could he, perhaps, have found more than just one? Hmm? During the many years since the incident, the Sui regulator had watched closely his every movement within Yan borders. But have they never considered the possibility that one of his Wakey stones might leave the country? Don't underestimate our intelligence network. The Sui regulator have never stopped keeping an eye on the Ferramuts outside. If they make any sudden movements, our Ferramutologists will surely sense something. I'm sure they did. They should be on their way back to Yan right now. Please treat this information as my humble gift to you, Lord Suo. How you use it is for you to decide. Why are you telling me this? You are one of the convict's conspirators, so why tell us his plans? In truth, so I am indeed in collaboration with my brother. Our hearts are now as one. We have our differences. He insists on seeing a victor decided. I, on the other hand, Prefer doing my business in a more amicable fashion. As for why I choose you, Lord Suo, I feel like we are kindred spirits. What? I profess I have some skill in reading people. My intuition tells me we will have the opportunity to do business once again in the future. It is possible that the fate of us siblings will lie in your hands, Lord Suo. To be able to chat with you on this festive day, even but for a moment, is destiny at work. I hope that in the future you can see me as a man you can discuss things with. Ah, hey yo! What's wrong? So sorry, my head just cramped. I couldn't hold it steady. You seriously? Bah! Sorry, I'll go back to the kitchen and get a new one. Do it quick, the mandarins are all seated already. Once the true lungs arrives, the banquet will start. Yeah, always the things with kings and war. Always the same. Nation Yang. Hey, do you need help, madam? Hmm? Madam? I'm here for the Feast of 100 Delicacies. All the mandarins should have already been seated. May I ask why? Forgive me, I was delayed on the road here. I will head in right away. Please wait a moment. Madam, please show your invitation to the feast. Why? Is me standing here not that invitation enough? A routine inspection. I beg your pardon, madam. Uh, my lady, you dropped something of yours. You? You left in such a rush. How could you not have noticed you dropped something so important? Good thing I spotted it. Ah, Madam Sang of the Ministry of Revenue. Please forgive my earlier impertinence. There are no further issues here, but the feast is about to begin. Please take your seat as quickly as you can. That invitation is a forgery. It will only work the one time. Do they care when you're inside? I know you. You're one of the ladies at the Ning Manor. I'm also a friend of Blaze. I spotted her name on the chef roster and guessed at your plan. The rest, you will simply have to beg forgiveness from the True Long after meeting him. But don't you know, if this case is reopened, you'll be ruined. But the one most heavily implicated by this case will be Blaze, no? Didn't you already agree to help her find the truth? What else is there to worry about? Besides, if you really do manage to pull back the curtains on all this, well, that's what I was after in the first place. Thank you. There's a lot more from Ningjin, but we still don't know the totality of it. She was adopted by the Ning grandfather. She met Blaze's dad. She had the same color palette, at least in the hair color as Blaze's dad. Despite all my years as a Mandarin, I rarely set foot in Forbidden City. I see towering palaces pressed up against the sky, majestic and stately. I see a banquet of incomparable bounty, each and every seed field. The lamps are as bright as day, even as the moonlight envelops them. But what I cannot see is who hid away its names, who does not want to see the truth come to light. I suddenly recall the words. Will you be able to handle the truth? Yu Cheng, what exactly did you see? How strange, the feast had already started, so why has His Imperial Majesty not yet arrived? No need to panic, His Imperial Majesty is busy. Something urgent might have come up. All we can do is wait. I heard he's been ill for a while now. What if it's something to do with that? Shh! Stop blabbering! Preposterous! Simply preposterous! Don't you know where we are? What right have you to stroke the court Mandarin? What's all this noise about? This man says he is Assistant Minister Tang Yang of the Ministry of Revenue, but we already checked, and every seat under the Ministry of Revenue is already accounted for. I am Tang Yang. None of this he says rubbish. Look, do you see the seal on my hand? Whose name was on it? Mm-hmm. All falls silent. 3 blasts of the horn marked 7 hours of the night. The moon shine bright overhead, the light so clear they wash away all color. All rise. One by one, the mandarins stand, looking towards the center of the feast with bated breath, waiting for the one meant to be seated at the head of the table. I have something to report, Your Majesty. Ojo. Flames. Fire. No one knew where the burst of flame came from, but all it needed was a gust of autumn wind to engulf the entire banquet. The flickering flames act like wild beasts, brandishing their fangs and claws as they pace about the table. The wind blows and the beasts of fire grow and grow and grow with speed. The conflagration bloats and bulges, letting off unsettling noises. Some liken it to shouting, others to laughter. Bizarre flames pour like falling rain. Having already tainted the feast of 100 delicacies, they flit and flicker as they climb up the faces of the panicking mandarins. What's going on? Battle time, meaty flutter. What do we have here? Slow. Yeah. Okay. What? Can appear on the battlefield. Standards on standby. Can collect up to 1 ability or ability. On collection activates and becomes aerial, moving towards derelict stove. What? What? Huh? What? Ah, these guys. Let's throw. What the fuck? Ah! What do you mean aerial? Huh? One more. Go. Clean. So what's going on in these stages? Why? What's with the mobs? Fire! Fire! Assassins, protect His Majesty! Guards, guards! Put out that fire! Lock the dining area down! Take care the source of this fire! Everyone, stay away from the wine in the cups! A fire that does not burn hot. Who did this, and what are they up to? Li Xinyan tries to calm down the panicking crowd, but her voice is quickly drowned out by the shouting and screaming. In the midst of the chaos, she spots a familiar face. Their eyes met for only a moment, but she is more sure than anything. That person saw her attempt to cross the line of property in front of all. But the target is not her. Blaze! What's going on? What's with all this ruckus? This is bad. I heard some kind of demonic fire broke out at the banquet. No idea how it happened. The guards have the dining area surrounded. No idea what's going on inside or if His Majesty is hurt. They are talking about cutting the feast short. Ling Xinjiang! We have been notified of unknown personnel infiltrating the feast. We will now be conducting an inspection. I ask that everyone stay here where they are and not move. Please cooperate. Damn it! What the hell happened over there where Lacey is? This is bad. I can't leave her to fend for herself. I need to go take a look. You there! Stop moving! What do I do? What do I do? I can't get in a fight here. No time to think, damn it! After her! First Battalion, 5th Battalion, seal of the Satellite 7 and 9, close the northern gate. Everyone else, swat the palace from south to north. Not north. If you find anyone suspicious, arrest them immediately. Oriental says there are at least 2 culprits working together to ruin the feast, so take care. So many guards, what a pain. What kind of trouble did you manage to get yourself into here, Lishi? Sounds like you haven't gotten caught yet, so at least. So where the hell are you? This palace is way too big. Huh? Why are you here? Shh! I thought you two just wanted to ask His Majesty to reopen the case. How did it come to this? I don't know either. That fire's not our doing. But the timing. You need to leave right away. They are not talking you. They are not. There's no talking your way out if they find you. What I need to do is save Ling Xinjiang. Let me go look for her. How can I ask you to do something that dangerous? I'm more familiar with the Forbidden City than you are. Even if I did get caught, I'll have some leeway to explain myself. Don't worry, I'll find her. But you still don't trust me. What? Still angry at me? Of course not. Head to the southern exit before the guards sell it off. We'll meet up at the restaurant. At that restaurant once we are out of here. Okay, you take care too. Wait, did the soldiers manage to take a good look at you? Yeah, I think so. That's no good. Oh, I know. Let's swap clothes. Come on, get them off. Hmm. So what is going to Shansu? What the hell is she gonna do? I saw somebody running up away up ahead, over there. The dining area has been cleared out. Deputy Minister Lin wouldn't be here. But who started all this at the feast? I hope Blaze managed to make it out by now. No! What? Why is she here? This too? Is this fate at work? What? fuck is that? Looks like it's not too far away now. Wonder how things are going over on their side. Found you. Who's there? So it was you. Damn, that's one hell of a sword. You're not dressed like your average soldier. What are you, a general? Save the chatter. So you're the one Lin Xinjiang has been hiding behind her back. But why will she bring you to the Forbidden City? So I know it's impolite to watching someone else's banquet, but would you believe me if I said we didn't mean anything bad by it? What I'm trying to say is that this is all a misunderstanding. There's no misunderstanding here. The Imperial Guard have been searching you for 40 years. You are her descendant. What are you talking about? Who's descendant? Who's her? You really don't know. No, it seems you're not lying. All this time you have been hidden away, and nobody told you to tell you about your history. Hey, got me there. I'm pretty curious about it, not gonna lie. Anyone I can ask about it? But seriously, the Imperial Guard looking for me? 40 years ago, only a single child was unaccounted for in the family of a treasonous Mandarin. You... What are you talking about? Please, I need to confirm something. You were born in 1062 in Victoria, right? Yes, from as far back as I can remember, I live in Victoria. Your father seemed to have been spending a lot of time pursuing a certain truth in the last few years of his life. What if you found out everything around you was one big lie? What? You're talking nonsense! Be sure! Be sure! But you're a person of interest. We'll figure out what to do with you after questioning. Come with me. Forget that. Gasp. You're no weakling, it seems. I might not be able to take you in without hurting you. If you don't wish to be harmed, then surrender immediately. I'm not in the mood for jokes right now. Thunder! Lin Xinjiang panting heavily. Didn't I tell you to save yourself if something happened? Lin Xinjiang. Lin Xinjiang's eyes meet places. She understands what has happened, but all she has to offer is silence. She turns and stands in front of Blaze, shielding her. Your deeds at the Judicial Review Office are worthy of my respect, Deputy Minister Lin. And I was kind enough to remind you before. It seems you have decided to completely ignore my warning. I am perfectly aware of what I'm doing. I don't need your reminders. You know who she really is. You to go so far as to protect the descendant of a treacherous Mandarin. Why? For the truth. The truth you're too afraid to talk about. Lin Xinjiang! What are you two talking about? What are you two talking about? What do you mean I'm the descendant of a traitor? My dad? Who is he? Why did he die? Forgive me. I was planning to tell you everything after tonight, but it seems now is not a good time. I will make it up to you later however you like. Provided we make it out of here alive, that is. She will be coming with me tonight. As long as I am here, she will not. Forget that. You will need 3 of you to simply strap me. Lin Xinjiang! Go already! A burst of lightning blasts opens a hole in the wall. Before the dust has even settled, a somewhat gentle blast of energy strikes Blaze. She is sent flying out of the Forbidden City, falling towards a distant patch of ground. Blaze has done this sort of high-altitude leaps countless times before as a form of dynamic entry into the battlefield, or whatever happened to need her. She has never once felt fear. She believed in her own strength and in her many friends. There was never any confusion in her mind either. She knew who she was. She knew where she must go. She knew what she believed in. There is no plot that can hold back her head, just like how the mist of dawn cannot hide away the sun. But now, what awaits her is no longer solid ground, but an endless abyss. She closes her eyes. Where? Eh? Ning Jing lies on the bed, her breathing faint. The crutch in the old man's hand shudders, and he nearly falls over. After having seen so many things across so many years, he thought nothing more in this world could shock him. His lips open and close, yet try as he might, he can make no sound, until someone in the shadow begins to speak first. She yet lives. Who the hell are you? It's you. Stay your steps, Mr. Ning. Come no closer. You never saw me tonight, and she never left the house. She... But why? She intruded upon the feast of 100 delicacies. She was with that girl when I discovered her. If she had run into anyone else, she would not still be alive. Impossible. 40 years. I can't believe it's you again. 40 years ago you left her here. Now you saved her life once more, saved her from a terrible fate. Fate. This must be fate. There's no escaping it. There never was. I did not leave her here for her sake. It was you who saved her, Mr. Ning. You once swore an oath to never let anyone know the truth of this case in exchange for her name. But it seems you're no wavering when it comes to past vows. The true Lung will know of tonight's event. The choice is yours, Mr. Ning. A gust of wind, and it was like nobody was even there. The old man stands in stunned silence. His daze is interrupted as he hears a sound coming from outside the courtyard with the walls. A sound like roaring, like weeping, like admonishment. I must be going mad. It's autumn. Why do I hear cicadas? Ah! Where? How did I get here? Ah, finally awake, I see. I knew you were the one. You were once so felin. Look at you, as lively as a fin on a line. Yang was making a fuss about killing a doctor. He was shouting so hard he forgot what time it was. How long was I out? Wait, where are they? Did Xinjiang? Did Ningjing come by here? Seriously, how did I get here? Alright, slow down. I don't even know where to start with all these questions. Last night I was on my way to the night market to get some cheap veggies when I found you lying down in the middle of the street. Thought you were drunk at first. I was worried you'd freeze to death or something, so I brought you back here. You were cursing up a storm in your sleep. Hypocrite this, Swindler that, and a lot more besides. I don't know where you managed to learn so creative Yan is. The Ning Jing you mentioned, and whoever this Lin Xinjiang is, never seen them before, so I don't know if they were here. I need to go find them. Whoa, where are you going? The Forbidden City. I just saw a whole bunch of guards patrolling around there. You think you can still get in? I don't care, I have to go. Who do you think you're going to find, either having lost yourself like that? What are you talking about? Just speaking the truth here, you lost yourself, yeah? You don't know where yourself has gone, where it is wandered off to. You hear a few words from someone else, and wouldn't you know it, you barely even know your own name, much less who you are. Such absurdity. A tangerine seed is blown from Yangnan to Yangbei, where it takes roots and yields fine fruit. What let this seed grow so well wasn't Yangnan or Yangbei, but decades worth of rain and sun. It's ultimately the same fruit. Yangnan and Yangbei might not be the same place, but an orange is an orange. Doesn't matter where you eat it. All things begin, all things end. There is the outer truth and the inner truth. Once you figure that out, then you can get back to asking your questions. Do you know something about all this? What do you know? Tell me. What do I know? I'm a chef, and I know how to season my ingredients. How to boil stuff, stir fry stuff, regular fry stuff. Alright, see, you reminded me of something. Weren't you trying to find out something tangerine cakes? I think I know how to make those. You! You liar! You hypocrite! You conniving bitch! You little piece of shit! Damn you! One tangerine cake to go, please. Oh, you're here. Sending it to Victoria this time as well? No, not sending it. I need to go back right away. So it's hard to say if I even can go back. This time, just a knock for the road. Wow, your cough has gotten pretty bad. I don't think you should be eating sweets right now. I'll boil you up a bowl of loquat soup. Low shot. Low shot? Loquat. Eh? I'm fine, I'm fine. It's not to do with my lungs. Doesn't matter what the problem is, you got to take care of yourself. You seen a doctor about it? Yes, yes. I don't have much time left, apparently. I'd say that I'm beyond having to mind what I eat. Huh? It's fine, everyone has to die someday. I have done pretty much everything I need to get done. How can you say something like that? Didn't you say you still have a family in Victoria? They are waiting for you to go home. Yes. I had on the hope that I could see them again, but it seems that won't be happening. I must have been a useless good for nothing my entire life, but at least I can say I haven't disgraced what little ideas and righteousness I still have in me. But only now that I, at the end, have I realized I owe them far, far too much. Isn't that just how people are? Things like that happen from time to time. If you try and be the perfect people pleaser, you're a fool. But surely you still want to go home, right? I want to see them, but if I don't, they'll have easier lives. That's just how people are. If you want to get something done, you need to put something down. Everyone else has put their things down, so I should too. I have been in your care for so many years now, young chef. Even my final few words on this reverie of mine are for your ears only. Then, is there still something you want? I want. You need to pay more attention. Look at this spot you swept. It's still covered in ash. Make sure not to miss any corners, Caesar. Anything dirty has to be cleaned. We're moving out soon, and we cannot leave behind any trouble for the house next owner. It is rather late, Mr. Ning. Where are you headed off to? Oh, don't mind me. Just going out for a walk. Mr. Ning has been acting really odd today. Why is he spending his mid-autumn festival watching us clean the house instead of gazing at the moon? That's enough question out of you. Focus on your sweeping. With such brilliant moonlight tonight, we should give it a pristine spot to land on. How did I get here? Grandfather's study? Her mind lurches on the edge of consciousness. She feels as though she has forgotten something important. An old book lies upon the desk in silence. Annals of Jan, Volume 124, Supplement 17, 1062. Since when there's such a book in the Imperial Historical Records? Grandfather? It's been years since there was a criminal throne. It's been years since there was a criminal throne in the 5th floor of this prison. What's the story tonight? Assassinating someone at court. The Imperial Guards themselves are dragging the culprit here. What a ruthless! Shh! Don't think too hard about it, and don't ask too many questions. Just keep a close eye on the culprit. You and I won't be enough to fix any mistakes. Lacey, you got caught. It seems that everything I have run into since my return to Baishao has been part of some grand plan. A trail of clues laid out in the front of me like a bait, leading towards a dead end. Not only was the perpetrator highly skilled in Kung Fu, but they also had intimate knowledge of the Judicial Review's office layout. They must have been working with Yu Cheng for quite some time. Yu Cheng asked you to take notes during his trial. This is why you stand here now, and this is also the reason I cannot allow you to participate any further. Whatever Yu Cheng's plan, you are most certainly a part of it. Deputy Minister Lin, surely you wouldn't ask if you didn't know the answer already. Can you not see the truth, or do you simply pretend you can't because you don't dare to? What makes you so dead set on the case, Sensor Yushen? As the moon slowly sink into the west, As the moon slowly sinks into the west, the light passes through the barred window and scatters on the far wall of the cell. The night air condenses into dew, beating on Lin Xinjiang's brow. Were it not for the scent of mold, the prison would actually be a good place to meditate. Indeed, while I was waiting here, I managed to figure out many things that have been on my mind. It was you who set Explorer on fire. Was it an answer I gave you here, or one you puzzled out beforehand? Hmm? A cow. An ox, probably. We met again, Deputy Minister Lin. Hey, I'm not in the mood to discuss snacks with you right now. I got people to save. Calm down, take it easy. It is any use being so high and strong when you have so much to do. What do you know? All I know is that if the hit ain't right, don't take off the lid. You can skip out of meals if you have something big to do. If you don't eat, you're not getting anything done. Here, try this. Is this a tangerine cake you're looking for? Weren't you always saying I wouldn't be able to find it, even if I search all of Baishao? I also say that I'm the best chef in all of Baishao. As long as the taste exists, I can replicate it. And this one is my own creation. It won't count for a bet. Isn't this the same tangerine cake you made before? Despite her skepticism, Blaise shoves a cake into her mouth. She has tried many fine dishes over the last few days and learned a lot about how to critique food during that time. The cake in front of her cannot be considered tasty. Xingxu was right. Too much sugar will overwhelm the fragrance of the tangerine peel, while too much oil destroys the texture of the cake itself. It is not a tasty snack, but it is an exact match for the taste in her memories. How do you know this recipe? You were so hung up in my tangerine cake not being sweet enough. It got me wondering what kind of chef would make them that sweet. Then I thought, what if the one who made them so sweet didn't do it for the taste? That means you said you ate this in Victoria, right? I'm reminded of a regular customer I had many years ago. He always ordered some tangerine cakes and said he was going to send some off to his daughter in a foreign land. I told him they'd spoil long before they got to her. But he refused to believe me. He'd processed it a bit himself and wrapped it up in a layer after layer of leather paper. You could barely tell if it was a letter or some food by the end of it. You knew him! He came here. I've been searching for him all this time. Do you know what happened to him? I wouldn't say I knew him. He was just a regular customer of many years. I vaguely remember him always coming over before it was even bright out to order the cheapest breakfast I had on the menu. Then he'd sit by the window, like he was waiting for someone. Waiting for someone? Who? How should I know? See for yourself. Day breaks. The faintful moons brush against the horizon. As the night comes to a close, there are perhaps many a slumber, enjoying dreams of happy reunions. The legend hawkers are up early, setting up their stalls, their shouts echoing down the streets, rousing the sleepers of the metropolis. Blaze spots a familiar figure by the street corner. This small restaurant has that serene and that serene manor are separated by no more than a street corner, a fact barely worth noticing during normal times. Was this what he was looking at year after year? It's you. It's really you. You're here. I never thought I would see you again. I never thought I would see you again in my lifetime. The man leaning against the corner is clothed in near rags. He grasps a mooncake in his hands, his face awash in crumbs, ignorant of his guests. A smear of light leaks in through the bars of his cell window, painting the criminal gaunt face in stark relief. The Judicial Review Office is truly kind. Even us prisoners got a mooncake for the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's delicious. Want a bite? No need. No need. I will be having my meals in this prison soon enough. I will have my own to enjoy. Pity. We still have so much to talk about. It's not quite the same without something to munch on, right? The old man lets out a dry laugh, taking a seat across from the shabbily dressed prisoner. For decades you have wanted to ask an old man like me your questions. I suppose today is your lucky day. You should hate me, Mr. Ning. You were one step away from being able to go back home without a heavy heart. One step away from enjoying your twilight years with your family. Just one small step. I really should hate you when you put it like that. I would like nothing more than charge at you and tear at your flesh with my teeth. But on second thought, you have given up decades of your life and your position as a deputy minister at the Judicial Review Office for me, spending the rest of your years within the cell. No matter how you look at it, it should be you who hates me. You're overthinking it, Mr. Ning. I said it before, but I was never any good at my job, or at being a decent human being, not like Gushuan. I am a glutton, you see. These types that love sniffing out deep, hidden truths. I tore open the shells to get at that flesh, and got addicted to the sweet taste of marrow. I'll do anything for it, even if it leaves my hands bloody and my teeth shattered. During all these years, you were the biggest, plumpest shellfish on my dining table. How could I ever hate you? Even if I were to hate, I wouldn't be any for anything on my side. Your teeth are still in fine shape. I never saw them cheap while they were gnawing at my old bones. But you, Cheng, why were you so sure I would have come to see you today? If I had just walked away from all this, all your plots and plans would have gone to waste, no? Because I understand you far too well, Mr. Ning. I simply had to gamble that during the years you spent bobbing around the hierarchy of mandarins, you will dirty your hands, but still remain your humanity. You let Gu Chuan live on while he was right under your nose, after all, and raised his daughter to boot. You care about the fate of that child, those two children, Raider. You wanted to see those girls live carefree, innocent lives while you yet live. You knew that if you did not relent one day, they will never know peace. And so you came to see me. You had to. You have looked into these matters already. You have looked into these matters already. It seems you managed to find out most of what should have been found out. How long did it take you? I only finished deciphering the clues and piecing them all together last year. It changed me to admit as a deputy minister, but my pace was a bit too slow. Kushuan, on the other hand, he managed to figure it all out years ago. I never considered that. The year he returned to Baishao, you managed to put him under your watch, but you never thought he would copy decades worth of letters from your home. By peering through all those letters between grand mandarins and nobles, he, an rank of ceremonial officer, found every survivor of that murder case. He unraveled the threads and pieced the truth together. Gushuan's diligence knew no bounds. I underestimated him. Anything more you wish to say, Mr. Ning? What is there left to say? What things must be admitted, I shall admit. I really did send someone to kill the Minister of Justice who presided over the Grand Preceptor's case. But not because he accused me of being the Grand Preceptor's collaborator in treason. Rather, because the Grand Preceptor's treason was a miscarriage of justice all along. Hmm? Indulge me in my curiosity, Deputy Minister Lin. When did you figure it out? I suspected it was you who set Ding Feng Lu alight. Why? What would I have to do with that incident? Call it a hunch. So you might not have used your kung fu at the time. A mask was not enough to prevent me from thinking that person figure and skills were familiar. Very familiar. Afterwards, at the Judicial Review Office, you sought me out and managed to cement this particular suspicion in my mind. Come to think of it, you must have been in close contact with Yu Cheng as early as when I was preparing to impeach him. I never considered the possibility you were already cooperating with him at the time. From the scrollery fire to the hanging scroll on the Ning Manor, and then on the fire at Ding Feng Lu. This recent sting of mystery was you trying to lead me along a trail of clues, wasn't it? That was rather rushed and sloppy, now that I look back. On the fire at the Feast of 100 Legacies? I must regret to inform you that that was not my doing, truly. Merely an unexpected turn that happened to align with our goal. What did you do all this? Ridiculous as it might sound, this all started with an old case. Not a large one, yet not a small either. A case that happened upon by chance after I joined the Department of Discipline and Supervision. The Minister of Justice assassinated by a beggar in the middle of the street. A case I could barely believe, yet one hastily closed without meaningful build-up or a satisfying conclusion. So if the assassin had been executed, his identity, his motive, there were simply too many vague unknowns in the file. As I dug deeper, I noticed that every thread led towards an even bigger case, a case that had snipped all those thread shorts. The Grand Preceptor's treason. You have been investigating that case, too. The betrayal of the 3 Grand Ministers, a case large enough to shake the court, and one that implicates countless others. Forget finding the truth, having just mentioning the Grand Preceptor's name at the time was the greatest of taboos. The Grand Preceptor incited the prince to regicide. This was all the storybooks had to say on the matter. But nobody knows the truth of what happened the night the old True Lung passed away. Who was it who mobilized the city guard? Who went into the palace? Only later did I realize I was not the only one looking into this case. Was it how you got to know Yu Cheng? Should I rather call it foul beast of feather or friendship at first sight? You say the two of you weren't able to follow the trail. So how did you determine the Grand Preceptor was wrongly accused? It wasn't on research that led to this conclusion. The one who brought everything to light was Gu Xuan. Huh? Why? You certainly do not know why. Of course I do. I just wanted to ask you how this why tasted when you said it aloud. The people cry out. Their hearts uneasy. Only those who have the experience to struggle know that Jan, current peace and prosperity were hard won. It was a very, very long time ago. The old Trulung was diligent. At the time, original industries were beginning to change the structure of this great land. Even during young turbulent times, he did not allow her to fall behind the other nations of Terra. And so it was the great hero who was infected with Oriphacy in his twilight years. Believing his days were numbered, his many policies began to stray into bias and imbalance. At the time, the prince wished to stop the Trulung, and the Grand Preceptor stood by his side. This supposed support was urging the prince to seize the throne. The old Trulung died the night the prince entered the palace to admonish him. As for the prince, his whereabouts since that night are unknown. Such a tumultuous event demanded an explanation, which required someone to be charged with everything. Do you think the current Trulung was unaware of all this? Changes in the court naturally lead to unrest among the masses. The Porch of Traitors, a very fitting slogan. The 10 young Trulung acted with an iron fist to sweep away many courtiers with evil intent, stabilizing the situation as quickly as possible. This ensured this spell of court intrigue never made it outside the walls of the Forbidden City. For 40 years, I assume it was the only one, aside from the Trulung himself, to still remember what transpired. Until 10 or so years after the case ended, that young man stood in front of me once again. I fear you speak of that time too lightly, Mr. Ning. It was not only traitors who were swept away. There was also the entirety of the Grand Preceptor's family. 28 in all. They were all sent to prison. Some committed suicide in their cells to prove their innocence. Those who lived were exiled. I tried to find some trace of them, but it was no use. Couldn't find a single one. Except for a child, spirited away during the turmoil, still swaddled in a blanket. I never considered the possibility she still lived, yet never truly believed she had died. It seems you have met her. A few days ago. Her appearance is not too similar, but the personality is like two peas in a pod. Gu Shuang never spoke a word about that child's whereabouts during the decade he spent in Baishao, right up until his death. I'm sure you're now well aware of why he died on the road back to Victoria. You Cheng, you old bastard. You used Gu Shuang's own death to ensure there was no possibility of anyone finding that child, which also gave you an opportunity to investigate me. At the time, I assumed Gu Shuang had no success in his exhaustive research into the Grand Preceptor case, which prompted him to leave Baishao in despair. It was only after many years that I realized it was not the so-called truth that he sought. He had long since found the answer to the troubles you mentioned earlier, but he hoped I would do was something else entirely. Hmm? I don't understand. Are you telling me you two knew all along that Blaze was the orphan frontal case? Your investigations have already revealed that Gu Chuan and Yu Cheng knew each other. After taking the child away, Gu Chuan kept the secret of her whereabouts to himself for decades. But before he met his untimely end, he confided in the only friend he had, Yu Cheng. After his death, Yu Cheng immediately began to search for her. However, he was unable to personally act as deputy minister at the Judicial Review Office. He entrusted the task of performing discreet inquiries to me, far from the center of the court politics, so as to not attract attention. By the time I found her in Victoria, she was already infected. I could not take her back to Baishao right away. For the sake of protecting her, I had no choice but to place her in the care of a medical organization that treated the infected. Oh, so you were the reason why releases and roads. So it was you. You were already aligned at the time, I see. But you were also part of this plan from early on, Deputy Minister Lin. What do you mean? How was it you were able to find Blaze's trail? How were you able to come across those files pertaining to her past? Surely you didn't just attribute them to chance? Yu Cheng would not have told you this himself. The risk was too great. There could not be a third person who knew of this in all of Terra. But he was always searching for a suitable candidate, one with courage who stood for truth. He has long since been ready to give his life for this cause, and I'm happy to return my hands doing what must be done in his stead. But it's not enough. We needed someone pure and innocent, one who could use honest means to lay bare the truth. It's nearly time. We still have one last opportunity. Do you still wish to bring the truth out into the light, Deputy Minister Lin? Golden Rice Crust. A prison break? At this time and age? More likely than you think. Techno, go! Huh? Yeah, let's take him away and go. Let's try to do 3, only 3, just for the sake of trying. Well, oh no, I see this. I saw these ones. Speed cover coins to deal heavy damage at long range. Uses only melee attacks when out of coins. Can absorb vapidity or sapidity to regain 1 copper coin. Okay, I see. Go! Burn! Mm-hmm. Frog! And kill the frog. Yay. Fairly easy. Yu Cheng. Yu Cheng. That is the truth behind the Preceptor case you seek. Do you have any further questions? You have spoken at length, yet you have said nothing about your role in these events, Mr. Ning. Why did you send someone to kill the Minister of Justice? Do you not already have the answer, Deputy Minister Yu? It was not you who accused me years ago of having the Minister murdered to stop him from investigating and save myself in the chaos. You need not be in such a hurry to discredit yourself. There was one question that perplexed me for a long time. Why did Gu Chuan stay at your house when he returned to Baishao nearly a decade later? It was not until I saw that girl at your house did all the puzzle pieces fall into place. He narrowly escaped with his life, yet he still returned to Baishao. Only to find the truth of what happened, but also to search for the daughter he left behind. It seems he did not tell you much. Yes, most of what follows will be mere speculation. If I'm wrong, feel free to laugh in my face. I heard that after the Grand Preceptor's suicide following accusation of treason, the entire nation was in uproar and mandated distancing herself from her. Yet, one academy student dared to honor her in public. It was thus that he stumbled onto the Grand Preceptor's home, and the belongings within were being confiscated. In his hurry, all he could take away was a baby girl just born into the family. As it so happened, his own daughter was recently born as well. At his wit's end, he tried to flee by Shaw with his wife and the two babies. As a scholar with no background, he didn't get far before an Imperial Guard captured him. Perhaps out of compassion, and wanted to keep the Grand Preceptor's bloodline going, the Imperial Guard spared the scholar and the Grand Preceptor's child, instead taking the scholar's daughter. I do not know what Guchuan was thinking at the time, but it was most likely he had no other choice. This child fell into the hands of the Minister of Justice, her bloodline obvious with a modicum of research. But as it turned out, how to handle this child of an outsider was a delicate conundrum indeed. It was around this time that you, Mr. Ning, long dissatisfied with the Minister's extreme methods, decided to take the ultimate risk, assassination. The Grand Preceptor's case implicated many, and it seemed fitting that the blood-stained Minister of Justice met his end through retribution. With the court's turmoil resolved, the Trulung allowed the blood-stained curtain to finally fall in this fashion. The only unresolved question left is that child. Based on how things are now, she was taken into your care. What this entail is not hard to guess, but as for the why of it, if I recall correctly, Mr. Ning, you enjoyed the tutelage of the Grand Preceptor as well, correct? Oh, Yu Cheng, had you not been absorbed in judicial work or confined to this cell, I shudder to think what that meticulous mind of you might have accomplished. It's terrifying, truly terrifying. You flatter me. I'm nothing more than a fool compared to Gushuan. It is simply because I have met far too many people in my capacity as Deputy Minister of the Judicial Review Office. The more one sees, the more one learns. Now that I think about it, the dish Gushuan offered to the Tulung at the Fest of the 100 Delicacies wasn't merely an act of suicide. It was him reconciling with the truth. Before he passed, he did not tell me the truth, but he did divulge what the whereabouts of Grand Preceptor's orphan. He must have hoped that once I found the truth for myself, I would also choose reconciliation. Yet I could not. All I could do was use my methods to find the people still left, the ones you cared for, and force you to spit out the truth. All things considered, Mr. Neng, you are no villain. Perhaps just a coward. Hate me all you want. To see that child once more has always been a wish of mine. I will go and seek an audience with His Majesty. So Blaze and Ningjin were swapped for the conspiracy. So Blaze ended up as being the Gushuan adopted daughter, far away in Victoria, and Gushuan still wanting to. He take nice care of Blaze, and he came back to Baishao to meet his daughter, his real daughter, his blood daughter. Because the guard let him go and took her as a hostage-ish to ensure that Gushuan wouldn't reveal the truth. Something like that. I hate court intrigue, but it's fascinating. I only just found out. I still want to ask you, how are you so calm about all this? It was a suspicion that hid away in my heart for many, many years. So these two cute, hot ladies are 40. Hot damn. It was a suspicion I hid away in my heart for many, many years. One I have finally found proof for. Like a thorn stuck in your palm, It might bleed a bit when you pluck it out, but you'll feel much better afterward. Why? Why won't you say something? I don't know how it came to all this. Should I feel so sad or angry right now? I don't know. All I know is that my mind is a mess and my heart feels like it's being stabbed. Who the hell am I supposed to set ablaze with this fire crawling up my throat? Well, I have a question for you. Blaze, can you tell me about Gushuan? My father. What sort of man was he? He was an idiot, a nerd, and a liar. I hate lies. I have seen too damn many of them. Greedy lies, cowardly lies, sneaky lies. But never one that demanded a lifetime of commitment, one that cost him his own daughter and himself, all to protect someone who had nothing to do with him. How could he be so stupid? It reminds me of a story I once read. There once was a guard who watched over a rest station by the river. One day, he saw a float coming from upstream. He wanted to run upstream and tell the people there to close the sluice gates. But he had only run halfway when he saw the river was rising too quickly. It was too late to close the gates, so he immediately decided to run and ward the villagers downstream to flee. Back and forth he ran until he was consumed and swept away by the flood. He didn't manage to do anything or save anyone. Get to the point already. Would you say this man did sound familiar? Fine, I get it. Well, I don't really get all the details of windy ass story, but you're talking shit about him, aren't you? He wasn't a bad guy, okay? He was just... I know you have got good reason to blame him, duh. But if he was the one who threw you away, wouldn't he spend so much time coming back to look for you? Oh. I thought I would be the one consoling you, not the other way around. Blaze, you're infected, right? Wait, when did you figure that out? Man, you are too damn clever by half. Sorry, I didn't mean anything untoward. I was just thinking that it really should have been my fate to be. The hell are you even talking about? What, you think you have done something wrong and deserve a worse fate? Please, my life is awesome. I got lots of bodies and I found a dream of mine. If anything, you're the one who got it bad. Growing up all by yourself in that big old mansion, alone and miserable. It almost sounds like you're roasting me. I'm not, but I understand. I understand what you mean. Alright, I still haven't asked you what your name actually is. Shu Huang. Gu Shu Huang. It's the name that he gave me. Wow. I forget how long it's been since I last told someone my real name. Well, that's it. That's the last of my secrets. A blazing candle to ward against the dark. Shu for candle, Huang for a blaze. And the family name Gu toward you. It really does sound like a name he would pick. Blaze, would you say I have only really gotten to know you now after all this? I guess so, yeah. Wait, no. I still got lots to tell you. And I need to bring you to Victoria to have a look around. My mom, rather, your birth mother. You should probably go see her. She's still alive? Who said she was dead? She's still hale and hearty. She lives in a small town out in western Victoria. Was everything wrapped up here? I'll take you to her. She definitely wants to see you. All right. Why are you crying? I'm not. But you're the one who's about to break into tears in any second now. I'm just happy. I never thought I'd suddenly find myself a little sister after all these years. Who's ever heard of sister like us? And besides, we don't know yet who's the little one. I have been through a lot of the day. Can you let me have this one? And there you were, consoling me. Look, I just wanted to say, From now on, you're not alone anymore, okay? Man, isn't that lovely? One of the myriad flavors in this land, the taste of reunion is the sweetest of them all. Ah, the name drop! The name drop! The event name drop! I need to cut this one. Really now? Damn it, what am I tearing up for? That's the last of my worries settled. All right, that judicial officer at the Forbidden City last night. She was being held up by the Imperial Guard lady when she sent me flying out of the city. What should we do now? This isn't over quite yet. I need to go and finish up what I should have done in the first place. What are you planning to do? I demand an explanation, for everyone's sake. 100 years it has been. He returns once again toward this game of way she started. The board is covered in cobwebs and dust. A single black stone at the center. He extends his hand to brush away the grime. Where are you off to? Got a meal to deliver. If you're going, then who's going to mind the restaurant? At this hour, it's past closing time. Gonna open tomorrow? That depends on my mood tomorrow. Hard to say right now. Why do I get the feeling that you want to call it quits? Fine by me, but you still owe me 6 months of wages. Settle that and I'll let you go. You're so money-minded. How about all those staff meals I cook for you? They must be worth a few months of debt. Fine. On the right of the stove in the kitchen, the third brick from the corner. The last of my spare cash is under that brick. Take it. I have been with you for quite a few years now. Yep, 15 whole years. You have stuck around the longest out of all of your associates, candle holder. Means we were really fated to be, haha. If I keep reminding myself that I was a candle holder of the sweet he was a candle. Ha! I'm afraid I would have stayed that long. To be honest, it has been years since I reminded myself who I really am too. Not like I was trying to remember or not, mind you, whether as a man or beast. I have found this life of delightful flavors, nothing to complain about. Best you keep not remembering. I fear if you do, you'll forget the taste of man. Your palate will grow dull and numb, and your cooking skills will go to waste. Yeah, I wouldn't be too happy with that either. But if there's one thing I'll never forget, it's that my troublemaking brothers and sisters still need to eat. Not to mention the one that's most troublesome at all. Tough considering how long it's been since we last saw each other. It's hard to say what he's like now. You know the consequences of delivering this particular meal today, right? Yeah, more or less. It's obvious, like not keeping custom by the stove. The street regulator's not going to be happy if we have a family reunion. Also, if a fight breaks out at such a delicate moment, you might not be seeing me tomorrow. I have made a lot of food and met a lot of people these past few years. My wish was for every customer who walks through these doors to have a tasty meal and a life with fewer regrets. The 4 flavors of the kitchen, the 4 emotions in the heart. Sorrowful paintings and joyful reunions. They are not that much different. But just as fresh fiends have their bones and maluses have no scent, this land is filled with regrets. And when you're hungry, sleep when you're tired, and when you miss your family, maybe it's as simple as going to them. Are you really too willing to let this go? There are a lot of things that I don't want to let go of, but I can hold on to them forever either. Yang, mind looking after the shop for me while I'm gone? You have been watching me cook for so long, you must have picked something up for now. If any customers come by, look after them for me, will you? They were not use the House of the Aftertaste. It ended up being a fitting name. The mortal realm really lingers on the tongue. Captain, my report. The patrol battalion has dispatched altered men and sweep searches are underway in 8 districts. Still no sign of the target. It's been an entire day. Before day breaks, we must. Heard you were looking for me? Who's there? Out of the way. What's this? Here to surrender? God, you have saved me the effort of searching this entire city for you. I don't care if you want to take me in for what I did at the feast or who I am. Now's not the time for it. I have got urgent business, so best you move it. Huh. I have never been this pissed off before. If you really want to get in my way, then come and try me. What are you going to do? I'm here to deliver a bowl of longevity noodles to the true long. Damn! Okay, so this is the last stage. The quality of a bowl of longevity noodles is not judged not by its taste, but in who made it and what blessing it contains. So this is the boss stage. Okay, let me take 5 minutes or less, maybe. I'll come back. Ah! Hey, hello, I'm back. And before of this stage, I'm going to do a 10 roll. But before here. Wait, how? Which feast? Wait, I didn't buy this? Huh? I didn't buy it. Why did... Ah, well, I was short on Originium, of course. That's always the reason. Well. Please. Pat, 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 pat. Go. Go, my bag of holding. Give me the blaze. Total. Popuker. Kata. Kata. Watashi wa kata. Beanstalk. There are 5. 6. It was the 7, right? 5-star. Black Knight. Then this is the one. No, it. What? Did I count wrong? Who the fuck are you? Why are you here? Ha! Ha! Ah! What?
はじめましてドクター。プレゼントにこれをどうぞ。どうも。
What? Fuck off. Wait, I need to take a screenshot for this. Because I need to taunt someone. I need to taunt Ashugi. Fuck! Well, fuck you too, you. At least Blaze, I can buy Blaze, but the fuck you. Nobody showing you. Here. Let's see. Rose Salt. Shingshu. Let's get her here. Level her up. Level 50 is enough. Level 7. And probably not Singman here. No, let's get Tin Man, just for the sake of Tin Man. Tin Manning. Hmm? Let me pause here first. Yeah. Okay. I fucked up. Yeah, anyways. I forgot my water. Oh. Victoria is so close. It's snowing again. They should be wearing their winter garb now. She was like a little stove as a child, aflame with passion in her veins. This snow and wind won't face her. By show, winters are never this cold. She said this fierce volume should be done when spring comes. That's good. All life's end, I find no worries left to bear. The man takes off his mandarin garb, folds it carefully, and places it down next to the books he used to carry. Before bowing 3 times to the east. He walks out of the camp. Your flames are indeed hotter now. Your arts are greatly burdening your body, infected. Scared of the heat? Heh, it's just my blood. So I know I am standing here only because so many others have shared in our blood. Seems like you already know a lot. Not much at all, but there's just one thing I need to know. Those who had their names erased, those who died obvious deaths, they need an explanation, an answer. To be honest, I didn't think my life would have such complicated backstory, or that I'd fight for something other than the infected. But now I realize that injustice is the same for everyone, and I will spill my blood to end every injustice I encounter. Burning ablaze with your blood, infected, you resemble traitors of old. But don't rush to conclusions about justice when a single leaf blocks your view of the entire forest. In any case, I have been ordered to bring you back, and you absolutely cannot be let free. I know, I have met your type before, plenty of times. I guess I can't paint you all as bad guys. You have just been trained to shed no blood or tears, so you stop caring about anyone else. Whatever, I won't argue. You sure can try just to stop me, though. You are the enemy, but your courage deserves praise. Careful now, I'll spare your life, but I can't guarantee you won't lose a limb or two. Shongwan Bailey Sengfa, cleave! Lacey! I should have brought Lacey to this. I know you have a lot of questions, but there is only one pressing matter at hand. You wanted to see the true Lung? Yes, I'm here to help. Lin Xinjiang, you should be behind bars. Yet I stand here before you now. You have already lost to me once. This time, neither of you will escape. Don't worry, I have no plans to fight you alone. I know you asked to tag along, but this opponent will be hard to handle. An accomplice, even. So you were the one who freed her from prison. I had to employ some crude measures, but I tried my best to avoid harming any innocents. Don't worry about settling the score. I have too many crimes I can't escape from, and this is just one more. When this matter is over, I will surrender myself to the law. But now, there's something to be done, and amazing to be had. A discipline and supervision censor colluding with a judicial review office deputy minister in revolt. Such a preposterous scene is a first for me. If this is preposterous enough, then allow me to go inconsequentially join the fray as well. Oh-ho! Taihe! I thought you had been well, drill master. Taihe! Were you not gravely wounded at human? Yes, my injuries were quite serious. I'm unsure if my skills are even one-third as powerful as they used to be. Which is why I hope there will be no cause for me to make any moves today. Why would you even participate in this? I have yet to grasp the full picture as to why Deputy Minister Lin has suddenly appeared here. But the two of you are my most respected colleagues. So I can only ask, as an old friend, that you two leave some space for negotiation. How can you expect me to turn a blind eye when you lot inside of doing such a traitorous act? Loyalty over righteousness. But whoever said you could only choose one from the two? Righteousness. You're familiar with the case, and the two individuals involved in it stand before you now. Right or wrong, life or death, the choice is yours. But Chifu, this matter came to be from complicated causes. How can what is good or evil be determined so easily? The blade is in your hand. Make your choice. Shifu! You hesitate still? Shifu, if righteousness can only be upheld with the edge of my blade, then what set it apart from violence? I don't understand. Stop darling and go inside. Don't even think about a signal to lower the Forbidden City defenses? Could it be His Imperial Majesty? His Imperial Majesty! Oh! And you can see the Forbidden City from here. It was still spring when I last set foot in this tower. Much has happened within the last 6 months. The chill has come, and the wind atop the city walls is strong. Do take care of yourself, Grand Tutor. I imagine only a few from the court have seen my show from this angle. Even from great heights, where the view stretches far, one sight will sometimes be obscured by clouds. All the more reason, all the more reason that one should see and think before one acts. Do you know what I asked you to become an advisor of human? My thoughts were that you wanted me to broaden my horizons and see the big picture. An opportunity, but also a test. A test for what exactly? To see if I am worthy. So you know why I have summoned you here today? Yes, Grand Tutor, you are disappointed in me. An excuse or a genuine emotion? I understand what I did during the Feast of 100 Delicacies was a terrible idea, but there was no other way. Suspending the feast will prevent the Grand Commandant from acting in drastic haste, and also allow the True Lung an opportunity. Since your involvement in this slew of disputes, thrice have you been forced to make a choice, and each time you cast the riskiest dice. You placed your friends and even yourself onto the chessboard. Have you never once felt hesitation? I dare not claim it never crossed my mind, but I have always considered the choice most beneficial for all. I have always plotted, but the same cannot be said for your decision making. My plan was to select a young talent, ambitious but not greedy, resourceful but selfless, and give them many chances to hone themselves. If the chance arose, I will entrust them with significant responsibilities. I thought you were a suitable candidate, but it often does not end well when a chess player uses himself as a piece on the board. You remind me of a colleague who's no longer with us. I am humbled. Liang Shun, given another chance, would you willingly leave Shangshu? When I started my studies, I was determined to apply my life's learning to the benefit of the people, regardless of whatever position I had gotten from mere chance. My original ambition remains, and I hold no regrets over the choices I made. The incident at the Feast of 100 Delicacies cannot go unpunished. I will submit myself to the law. The Sky Mirror Pavilion's archive is lacking a transcriber. You will begin your duties there tomorrow morning. You have my gratitude, Grand Tutor. What is this? The time has come. The clouds concentrate, completely obscuring the moonlight. Have you met this one before? Never. Who exactly is the opponent he seeks in this Weishi board? There are times when one seeks not an opponent to win against on the board, but a solution. A solution beneficial to both parties amidst the countless changes to the situation. There is something I wish to consult you on. What made you set up that exam in the first place? I'm going for water and I'll come back in a second. Shop's not closed. Shop's not closed yet, is it? You have come at the right time. I close right after I'm done with your order. It's late, so we don't have much left. But what would you like? Anything to fill up my stomach on the road will do. We happen to have half a steamer of meat buns here from the morning. You can have it for free. Won't you be making a loss like this? I only know how to cook, not so good at business stuff. Why not earn a name and riches with a skill like yours? What for? Nobles and peasants eat the same 3 meals a day. I might as well make more bones than money or fame. If you don't mind another question, how does a meal normally cost here? Not much at all. The usual soup and 2 dishes just cost a few coins. Anyone who works here in Baishao can eat their fill here. I see you have a kind heart and compassion for others. Oh, stop that. I'm just a chef who serves 100 customers a day at most. I can only count on you to feed and clothe everyone else in this realm. A free meal and a lesson to both. Lucky me. I just hope you don't get mad at me. I just like aimlessly chatting with customers about everything under the sun. Your restaurant has been here a long time, if I'm not wrong. How are your finances? Yeah, now that's a headache. You see, this little store of mine can barely make even. It's all thanks to the abundant crops from the Huang and the fast deliveries from the Cheidao that I can keep my store running. Otherwise, I have to raise the prices. Are you sure you're not trying to give credit to your siblings? But it doesn't stop here. My customers are live nearby. Some doesn't have enough coins, so they make up for it by sending me a few boxes of fresh fruit or helping me repair the furniture. Without their care, this restaurant wouldn't be running today. So you see, it's hard to balance a book like this. But this is how you do business, right? Who says one side has to profit all the time? You give and you take. It's mutual prosperity that brings wealth and keeps the business thriving. Your meat buns are ready and all packed, Grand Tutor. But why don't you try one now? Not bad at all. A word of advice. Don't take any more lessons from your businessman brother. That is Slinky Snake. Were you able to get a meal here? Yes, I heard the bones from this place are the best in Baishao. Try one yourself. Hmm. Wow, it's delicious. Alright, I'm ready to get back on the road. Where to? Shangshu. Shangshu. How do I get there again? The 7 streets and 5 lanes in the east of the city. I remember having to pass a dye workshop and a kiln first. My head hurts. It's been so many years. I wonder what changes. Oh? This calligraphy and painting store is still here? Surely the restored sign can nearly be considered as a historical relic. I could come back again for a stroll. Who knows, I might just find it. On second thought, I probably couldn't if I tried. Almost there. The ancient temple hasn't changed at all. No one's been here in years. But it hasn't been torn down either. Just who is feeling nostalgic for it? The locks already opened? Oh, you're back. What is this?
豆の形が残ってるのと皮が花みたいに開いたの。どっちが飲めるかは戻ってくる。
I messed it up again. Gluttony. Abomination born from the earth of the sui proxy, awakened from dream, devouring disappointment. There is taste in reunion, and there is remembrance. There's taste in joy, as there is in sorrow. There is taste in pride, and there is in regret. Holy hell! The music. Ha! Okay. Let's place shoe first. After all. Oh! It fills up with these bastards. Hey. Go! Nian! Clean? No, I'm gonna save it. Go, Techno. Burn! Burning flames, Zero Dragon! Hit! Frog! And go Blaze. Clean the dragon! Okay, well, what are those those mouths? Those were mouths. Why should anyone be born destined to bear all this? I remember when father was alive. He often stood atop the ballast tower, my brother beside him. Father often said this: water can carry a boat, but also sink it. Likewise, this great high height where we stand can also be the start of a plunge into the abyss. He used to watch the city before him for long periods of time, or perhaps it was the vast territory in the distance. He watched both what he could do and could not see. Before my eyes, the city flourished, while his body gradually bent to an arc, and his hair turned white as snow. And I knew he was old. Then I began hearing all sorts of voices. The Trulung is an authoritarian dictator who has imposed many harsh policies. Great Jan will be in trouble if this continues for long. Your Highness, please put the country first and admonish the Trulung. Abolish his harmful policies and bring a new start to this realm. The people are uneasy. I should do something, but what should I do? Who can I trust? I thought of someone, a person who is rumored to have fathomed every plan possible. That ancient temple had long been deserted, but I tried everything I could do and located a black stone. What do you want? A solution for Jan and my elder brother. And why should I help you? Help me now, and in time I will spare your life. How amusing you are bold, young Lung. A solution is not difficult, but it comes with a price. Are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to pay that price? With the Grand Preceptor's help, Brother entered the Forbidden City with Xi Xiao in hand. The 6 armies conceded, no one dared stop him. No one knew what exactly happened inside the Forbidden City then. Father died. Brother vanished. Why? Am I to be alone now? What is the meaning of this bowl of noodles? I made some longevity noodles just for you. Aren't you going to try it? Why? Because today is your birthday, right? A little squirrel told me that Trulong's birthday is a day after the Mid-Autumn Festival, but he celebrates his birthday together with the festival out of humility. I know a little something about hiding your birthday myself. I just thought it was so sad for a man of such high status to not get to decide when to celebrate his own birthday. You, I know you, making your way here despite the odds, the risk, and even the possibility of losing your life. You must have something to say to me. Of course. To think that my life is so closely connected to someone I haven't even met before. This feeling is just so surreal. So I had to come and meet you. I was planning to offer this to you yesterday during the feast, but a whole bunch of things messed up my plan. Not so good time as any of. I know it's Janie's custom to discuss important matters over a meal. So, dig in. When you're done, I have a lot of questions to ask, and I want answers. There's so much dust on the table that I almost ate some by accident. You? It's me. You. Was with the attitude, not happy to see me? I didn't think you'll be the last one to get in my way. Get in your way? What for? I got better things to do. I just want my worrisome brother who hasn't been home in a long time to have a proper meal. After a century, the first thing you do is return to this rundown temple. Do you feel like you haven't been locked up enough here? Or do you actually like it here? I started this rundown Weishi here, and likewise, I will end it in this temple. Alright, but first, clean up the table. There's no space for a bowl. Why? To eat, of course. What else? You know what I'm planning to do? Whatever it is, you shouldn't do it on an empty stomach. Ah, little squirt is so fucking cute. It should have been a quiet night. The faint rustling of armor echoes from afar, evoking the image of cold blades glinting silver under the moon. The crisp cries of a startled full beast only deepened the temple's solitude. Those outside remaining still, awaiting orders and waiting for the one inside to come up with an answer. What a show you have put on, with so many people for just one meal. Months on the 15th are fullest on the 16th, as they say. So we're gonna still have a reunion dinner today, even if we missed our chance yesterday. There's no need to rush, so why not finish this meal before you go? Wang, my second eldest brother. Is your Imperial Majesty surprised to see a woman who shouldn't exist? No. I looked for you for a long time. I just didn't think you'd be taken so far away, hidden so deep. I only found out yesterday that I am still alive because of a heavy price that someone paid for me. I'm afraid the story will be hard to imagine for your Imperial Majesty. But I made it in here without much trouble. Must have been your doing. Your very appearance here is itself the answer I seek. I know you have many questions. Ask them. Whatever your questions, I shall permit them. That's all. I thought my mere presence would have angered you. To be honest, you're quite different from what I expected. I thought the true Lung would be like the rumors said, imposing, indifferent, impersonal. How rude. You know well to whom you speak at this very moment. To be honest, not really. I mean, 2 weeks ago, you were still just someone from the stories. When I was little, my dad told me lots of Japanese stories, historical classics, myths, and legends. But no matter what, he always spoke of a wise and strong emperor. An emperor who toiled for his people. He had to make major decisions for the whole nation. Every decree issued was in the name of absolute justice. Great Jan thrived under his governance. Sometimes I'd ask him, why not go back if you like it so much? I was curious what this Jan he always talked about was actually like. After all that curiosity, I got to tour around Baishao for the past few days. I saw a flourishing nomadic city where most work and live in peace and contentment. So I figured his stories were true, and you're probably a good ruler. Your father. You probably don't remember him. He was just a nameless nobody to you. My guess is 70 dish that offended you a decade ago isn't worth remembering. He wasn't actually my real father even. Just acted out of these so-called morals and saved a baby he thought was innocent. So I think he was probably a good man too. Gushwan. I remember. I remember it all. Actually, my dad talked about another Janice too. Someone who was a teacher to many. He said that she devoted herself to the country to better everyone's lives, giving many scholars from humble backgrounds like him a chance to study. After I arrived in Baishao, I heard a lot of the stories and found out she wasn't someone from fairy tale. Jan did indeed have someone like her. I found out she was actually my relative. Your Imperial Majesty, could you tell me her story? She was one of the three Grand Ministers, admired by all, stern and unyielding, a timeless role model, the Grand Preceptor. She was the wisest and most learned erudite in Jan. Most imperial decrees issued in court at the time were based on her judgments. She was a teacher to many, including me. A teacher to many. My dad said that, although he was only her student for a few years, he was fortunate to have benefited from her wise words, and remains forever in debt to them. It's an ancient Japanese saying. I can't recall it exactly, but it basically means everyone has their own standards of right and wrong, so there's no universal definition. Despite this, people should still follow what's right in their hearts. In worldly turmoil we retreat, in our own conscience we trust. I remember it, she said it to me as well. Which brings me to my next question. As your teacher, what did she teach you? How to conduct myself as a person, as a minister, as a ruler. Sounds complicated. What are the differences between the three? As a person, to exercise decency and virtue, and keep the house in order. As a minister, demonstrate utmost loyalty and concern to the nation and people. As a ruler, always put the people before yourself, and strive to govern wisely. Make decisions for the sake of the realm. My words weigh heavy and can never be resigned. Can I understand that as you have all the power in your position, but you lose the right to admit any mistakes? True Lung of Jan, I want to ask you this. How did such a good person turn into a scheming traitor in everyone's eyes? Do you think she was falsely accused? No. No. This is wrong. Was she falsely accused? It was not the answer, but a solution. Sacrifice the life of one so that the entire nation can be stabilized, and its people pacified. True Lung, how do the noodles taste? Why? I heard it's hard to get even good food down when you're feeling bad over something. Do you have regrets? I heard you were here. Grand Tutor. I have an urgent matter to report. Sole, I just consolidated the survey data from the pheramotologist who has just returned from outside Jan. In the northeast, north and west of Jan, a total of 5 pheromones have shown signs of awakening. Currently, this behavior cannot be explained by pure coincidence. Although it's currently unknown how this relates to the convict's plot. If we start a war against the bestial tree now, I fear the situation may spiral out of control. You don't seem surprised at all. Was this within your calculation as well? He has been scheming for a century. This is but one of his plots. After all that he has done, it cannot be mere muscle destruction he seeks. But he's in Baishao right now, only one step away from the tomb of Sui. If he adamantly presses on, if he does, then Jan will not hesitate either. Was a capital like this also 120 years ago? The convict had sneaked into the tomb of Sui in a futile attempt to eliminate it by himself. This resulted in the death of a proxy, and the bestial Sui began to stir. I looked through the Sui regulator archives, but I never managed to figure out how he entered the mausoleum in the first place. Just who helped him enter the tomb of Sui. Why haven't you touched your chopsticks? Don't you feel like eating? A worthless move, a waste of time. I know you're in a hurry, but I'm sure you can squeeze a meal in at least. Sheesh, I didn't even complain about the time it took to make all this. Do you know how long I spent preparing this pot of soup? Tell me. It was start counting from the moment you left, about a century. About a century? Even longer if I include the time I spent sourcing ingredients and figuring out what to cook. Have you found the flavor you were searching for after all this time spent in preparation? No, I haven't. How could it be that easy? But I came to understand something. There is no perfect dish in this realm. No matter how long I let this pot of soup stew, there's no way I could include every single flavor there's in it. It's just one dish. Even a banquet spread of myriad delicacies will leave someone satisfied. But so what? People will always think about what to eat for their next meal. Saving what they didn't get for the next time is what gives life hope, what keeps life going. I remember a phrase, G, my dear elder sister taught me. What is truly complete becomes incomplete. That should be the shorter version of what I just said, right? Water fills, then spills, moons wax, then wane. Wang, do you still remember what Yi meant when she gave you your true name in one long word? You came here to convince me. With all I have said, am I not also convincing myself? When I walked out of that tomb, I couldn't tell the difference between how a human should live compared to a beast. I watched the people around me, both nobles and peasants alike. No matter the time or age, the people in this realm are mostly unhappy, miserable. Yes, this land flooded with suffering, mortality is inevitable. Meeting are fatal, requests go unfulfilled, and love will live one day. What happiness and joy there it seems so minuscule in comparison. Humans seek happiness and satisfaction, but there are no gods from the legends with their remarkable powers. Most times they find themselves helpless, powerless. My curiosity continued. What's the point of living when there's so much hardship everywhere? Only after a long time did I come to discover there's no happiness without sadness. How can one feel the joy of birth without knowing the grief of death? How can one rejoice over a meeting without experiencing the reluctance of separation? I finally realized every taste in this realm begins from the flavor known as regret. The man silently picks up the pair of chopsticks and slowly uses them to put food into his mouth. Warmth spreads from the tip of his tongue to the rest of his body, and he cannot help but feel a little moved. Wang, do you still remember? You had just returned from the northern border with your troops. I heard you just were back fresh from a fierce battle. It just opened my restaurant in Baishao then. Yi was also in town for some errands, so the three of us enjoyed a rare dinner together. I still remember, Yi made an exception and drank several cups of wine. She imitated our elder sister's drunken posture, breathing poems on the wall. I never saw you so happy before. It wasn't until midnight that the dinner ended. I was so tired I'd fell asleep at the table. The next day I woke in bed. The two of you were nowhere to be seen. I was happy. It was the first time you had a meal with us, but I didn't think it would be also be the last. After that, we never met up again. Neither you nor ye. What exactly do you mean to say? At first, I didn't understand why humans insisted in having meals together. Afterward, I slowly realized a will to eat well also means a will to live well. People who eat together can help each other and live on together. It's hard, but I have always been hoping to eat together as a family again. I have imagined many times of how my big brothers and sisters would come back to Baishao one day. Maybe Nian and Dusk would scowl on one side of the table. Shu would bring back some fresh greens, while Yi would show off some mysterious treasures he'd gotten from who knows where. Maybe you're sitting together with your eldest brother and sister, talking about the view from the frontier fortress I have never seen, and strange stories that happen over there. I know our eldest brother is busy with official duties, and our eldest sister seems to be freewheeling, but they are always thinking about their younger siblings, same as you. I remember all your favorite flavors. I racked my brain thinking about what dishes to make for our feast. Even if I knew deep down today might just never come. But I still keep on hoping, because this is what keeps me from feeling hollow inside. It's what keeps my life going. Poor guy. You know, well, it is an impossibility. Harboring these unrealistic ideas will only increase your boredom. I know, but deep inside I just can't think about it. Can't stop thinking about it. It's just human nature to do that. To be honest, I miss G pretty deeply too. When she vanished, I spent every day thinking about her. I would think about her when I woke up, when I prepared meals. I remember how she taught me to read and write, and how she tasted my cooking, and every time I would cry. That was when I learned how eternal separation tastes to humans. Of course, I know you feel the same. So, the regret and pain inside you, I can sympathize too. Sympathize? How exactly do you plan on sympathizing with what have I gone through? You forget, we are all I. I know you hate how the sweet regulator watched you die. You hate your eldest brother because he stopped you from taking revenge. You even hated Yi, resented her for paying the price on your behalf. But the one you hate the most is yourself. I know you, Wang. You're off to do something you have to do, and there's no way I can convince you to give it up. I just want to say, you don't need to go in there ready to die. I can't bear to lose any of you. She gave you a brocade, she gave you seeds. The only thing I can give you is this bowl of soup. What is this? It's a power I never used before. I combined it with everything I have seen and experienced over 100 years outside the tomb to make this bowl of soup. Just take it as a helping from you to you. Wang, my brother, I really want you to come back safe. The hard-looking man is silent for a long time. He raises his hand, as if wanting to wipe the tears off the young man's face, but ultimately his arm drops back down feebly. I didn't want you to get involved in this, you especially. You have forgotten who you are, forgotten the difference between man and beast, and even forgotten the Asur you soft, which is fine. You could have just lived as on as you were. So why? What did you remember and come here? It's fine if I forget who I am, but I can never forget the flavors deep inside. The feelings for the people I care about. You have all dwelt in the mortal realm for far too long, and resemble humans too much. But in the end, it is a mere resemble. I will help all of you. I will help all of you smash these feathers open. I will help all of you find a place in this land. I will help all of you become human. Brother? The man puts down his chopsticks and bowl. He stands up and walks outside. It was only later that I realized what the price he spoke of truly meant. It was a consequence I had never imagined before, even though my elder brother with the Grand Preceptor had long foreseen this outcome, or perhaps it was a way. Raiding a wealthy preceptor and leaving a legitimate and innocent prince to succeed to the throne was the best result Jan could have. And also the choice they expected me to make. Which I did, but what for? Is this the only way through a path paved with lies? Is this fear? Am I afraid of making a misstep and stirring unrest in the state? Afraid that history will inscribe my name with infamy for eternity? In this resentment? Do I resent her for causing me to lose all that I had? Resent him for not staying behind to face all of this together? Or do I resent myself for not doing more? Why am I feeling like this? How long have I not tasted such flavors? Is this regret? You know, well, it was critical time. The true long has just died from an unknown cause. The court was in panic, and powerful foes were waiting just outside. If this situation hadn't been stabilized in time, the bloodshed would have been more than 1,000-fold greater. No, you don't understand. How could you? It's true, I don't. All these considerations you have mentioned are leagues away from me. I couldn't even begin to imagine what it feels like being responsible for the fate of so many people. The most noble sacrifice I have seen was just a few idiots who shed all their blood on the battlefield for their ideals. This fucking event is hitting me too hard in the feelings. But your Imperial Majesty, you definitely known as a lie, convincing the masses with this explanation. A lie that happened just because the people would not allow the True Loon to make a mistake. The Yang under your rule has so much land, so vast it can accommodate 100 nomadic cities, millions of people. So why couldn't it hold one more kind-hearted person? Don't you feel any remorse for her? What choice should I make? What choices did I even have? How do I explain these principles to the one before me? No, why should I even tell her? Why did I meet her? What did I want to hear from her? Well, I get it. It's not a choice you'd make alone when considering the so-called big picture. There is not always power when public opinion can triumph. Everyone sees and believes in different things. The so-called truth only holds true to whoever claims it first. My dad spent his whole life trying to find out the truth, but he chose to accept this. It's not because he forgave you. He just agreed with the result you and that Grand Preceptor wanted to achieve together. The occupant of the Dragon Throne puts down his chopsticks, and a light, faint sigh echoes through the Great Hall. How do you want me to compensate for this? Compensate? No, that's impossible. I know to you and Jan, the reputation of one of the fates of a few are not even worth mentioning. But for those unfortunate souls swept away by your grand plan, their suffering can be undone. Then, how do you want? Yeah, well, I was thinking about it before I came here. What kind of outcome do I even want? An apology from you? To clear their names? But is that enough comfort of those who are gone? Does it mean anything to those left behind? I even consider the worst outcome of our meeting. A ball of flames ignites and extinguishes within Blaze's palm, illuminating the palace for just a moment. I just want you to promise me one thing. Don't forget them. I said before, there's no need to wait on me here. Your Imperial Majesty's safety is paramount, so I beg your pardon for the defiance against your rule. The traitors descend and wantonly bargained into the Forbidden City. It was a merciful act to grant her an audience. Shall we charge her on grounds of deceiving your Majesty? No. News from the Stew Regulator. The convict has returned to the ancient temple. Both he and she and Imperial guards are already in position. Juvenin is also ready for battle. Shall we give the order to slay him at once? Pass on my decree. Lacey! You? Good to see you alive. What happened to you? Your face is all black and blue. Got your ass whooped? Pah! You'd want to talk. I can feel your hand trembling. Are you scared? Yeah, I'm scared. That's the true long after all. The king, the boss of a whole country, just one word from him and many heads will roll. I'm not scared of dying. I have been on the battlefield after all. I have been in shit more than dire than this. I'm just scared that my meeting with the true long would be fruitless, wasting the opportunity everyone fought so hard for. You idiot! Then, tell me quick, what did you talk about with the true long? I asked him for an explanation. For my dad, my youngest sister, the relative I never met. I couldn't see his face clearly, but I'm sure he felt. What's wrong? Is it snowing? The two are in such a hurry they only notice now the surrounding air has gradually gotten colder. The energy pulses scattered through the city gradually power down. It is mid-autumn, but the temperature plummets as if it's winter. In contrast to the dimming city lights, the twin moons shine ever brighter. Snow starts to fall. Time's almost up. We should go, Deputy Minister Yu. Put it on me. But, Deputy Minister Yu, we are all aware of the man you are, so why not? All criminals should walk with a cane, queue, and chains. Even suspects should be clapped in irons. And this is how you conduct yourself as a warden? Put it on me! As you say, forgive my dereliction of duty. Go slow. Let us savor this moonlight. A snowflake floats through a window, landing on the prisoner's face. What the? Weather like this in the middle of autumn? And we even have snowflakes. Gushon, I have done what I promised you, brother. And Ninjin is back in the study. She takes out pen and paper along with an incomplete history book manuscript. The story of the past, the hidden names. She knows them now and should be able to finish the final chapter. Yet she hesitates, her pen still. A gust of wind flings the window open and shuts the book. A single snowflake lands on her draft, making the first stroke. What? It's snowing? Blaze? Is your shopkeeper still not here? He's really not here at this time. It's fine. I guess I'm bound to never met him. I vowed to show everyone a feast of 100 delicacies never before seen, but it turned out to be a joke in the end. I'm a joke myself as well. I'm ready to let go, be it Deng Feng Lu or my culinary skills. Chef Mo, he told me to give this to you when you showed up looking for him. He knew I would come. Jan brings out an empty bowl where a wooden plate lies within. Carved on it, in firm, strong strokes, are 4 Janis characters. Xianxia Diji, First Under Heaven. Oh dear. I was told this title weighs heavy, but it cannot feed the hungry. He also said that while culinary skills can be compared, hunger treated kings and paupers alike, and that it didn't matter if there would be future top chefs or just common cooks among those people on that snowy night. He would have made that pot of noodles for them anyway. Mhm. The old man is struck dumb and then immediately bursts into hearty laughter. Snow buffets his face. He has not felt this awake or elated for a long time. Head to True Lung's decree. Mobilize 7/10 of the city's energy to open the tomb of Sui. Yes, the Feramuts are also the citizens of Jan, no different than humans. And if my citizens has an injustice to appeal, I will grant him permission. Should he succeed, he will render Jan a meritorious service by ridding this 1,000-year concern once and for all. If he fails and the bestial Sui awakens, then he shall have the full might of Jan behind him. Together we shall slay the beast until the threat is no more. Your Imperial Majesty, do you intend to pardon the convict? Yes. There are many more I should pardon. I pardon the convict Feramun Wang for the crimes of manipulating the court and deceiving the Emperor. I pardon the Grand Preceptor for the crimes of false counsel, self-deprecation, and treason. I pardon the deposed Imperial heir Yan Wu for the crimes of dereliction of duty, abandoning his brother, and failing to uphold righteousness. As for myself, failing to discern right from wrong, bringing injustice upon the good, failing to prevent war, leading to the deaths of many. Crimes so heinous a pardon is impossible. So unworthy of the throne I occupy, I must do what I can. I will ensure Jan's fate belongs solely to these people. I will settle my debt to this nation in full, and when that day comes, I will await judgment for my crimes. Yan Wu, it will be time for you to return. The night sky remains clear. Only a few thin clouds float above the twin moons unobstructed. The wind delivers a chill at a perfect temperature. Passers-by stop in their tracks to watch the inexplicable sight. So much snow. But what's going on here? Baishao energy poles are reducing their power. It seems their energy is being redirected elsewhere. The city has not seen snow for many years. I see. Blaise recalled when she entered the city. Her eyes were drawn to these innumerable energy poles that seemed to never dim. She remembers what Xiangshu has told her, Baishao's magnificent founding history. The city, this vast nation, history and time, they have never stopped for anyone. Until now. Lin Xinyan doesn't snow that falls out of season carry special meaning in Jan's stories? What are you trying to imply? The truth is now revealed with white? Heaven sends snow to finally right a long-standing injustice? The typical snow in summer study? Maybe, or something else. Those who are gone, but they leave behind will eventually disappear, just like snow here. I know. I hope this snow will last a while longer. Fully armed, Armored soldiers line up both sides of the path, spanning across the entire city. The man drags himself through a long black corridor. With every step he takes, he feels that ancient, enormous existence responding to his visitation. An angry roar, a hoarse howl. Oh, oh, my head. This doesn't feel like the usual hungover from the huge on wine I had last night. Alas, I see. It awakens from its farcical dream, an inevitability. Fine, let's go have a look after this cup. Let's see what scenes await at the end of this millennium-long dream. The poet looks into the distance. Clouds screen the sun, the realm obscured. Who? Who was it? Professional work should be left to actual pros. Who the heck messed with my adjustments? Save it! I have been here the entire time. I know what has come. I snaked out for just to run some iron with the known Tianxis next door. How did his heart get hypertension again? Do you still not get it? I'm afraid they have arrived. Arrived? Will those old fellows at Baishao let him go in that easily? Did you forget? A century ago, he walked into the tomb the exact same way. Afterward, Yi vanished. And we still don't know what even happened. This time, dusk. You scared? Yes, I am. This is it. Only someone with a heart or a brain wouldn't be afraid. Without a heart or brain wouldn't be afraid. I have no intention to just vanish. Oh, it's rare we agree on something. Then what are we waiting for? Let's hurry before the soul bones realize what we are up to. You want to... how things are? There's no way we're going to sit here and wait today. The sea regulator is the least of our concerns right now. Let's go back home and hold a real family reunion. So it's you. I heard your voice. It's been a long time. I know you're in a bad mood. I can feel it too. I mean, I spent the longest time in the tomb after all. I probably know you better than the others. Strange. We are all I. So what's the point of going into this one side must perish situation? There's no explaining it, so I can only reluctantly accept it. You're strong, but I don't think Wang. I don't think we will lose to you. You have slept for 1,000 years after all, while we have spent that time living real lives. So how can we lose, right? I can use the power I took from you, so take it back. Consider it a farewell from me. There's no avoiding this outcome, so we might as well treat it as a salvation. Sleep. A stove fire's lit. It's a one flame harboring life and hope, enough to dispel the chill of the winter night and the anxiety into these people's hearts. The restless, ancient behemoth far away returns to camp yet again. Moonlight fills the city, and every dreamer dreams a good dream. Second answer, he felt lost. Clarity he finds in worldly flavors. His life is a feast, an eternity aflame. It's gotten quiet inside. I suppose our own youngest brother's soup was timely. We ended up troubling him a little. But was your visiting him earlier not part of your plan? Truly nothing get past you. This said, shall we go in together? No. Hand me the items. Hand me the items. With this blade, and what we got from our dead sister and youngest brother. Our strength still pales in comparison, but at least the odds don't seem insurmountable. What now? Brother? This is well enough. You have done what I asked of you. What I promised you, you already have. Over there is settled. I will finish this myself. What's that supposed to mean? Things are finally even. If you have it your way, wouldn't I be in your debt again? Leave me. Hmm. What happens next is between us. I have been playing against me all along, in order to determine a winner. We have long since ceased to be your vassals. We must fight for victory or death. Just like the battle a millennium ago, this too is inevitable. Your arrogance, your indifference, it all stops here. Are you angry, afraid, anticipating? Come, your move. Elegant gourmet medal. Opaque soap with a sip of clarity. Do not ask the way, seek it yourself. Essence herbal soup. What night is it? A gloomy mausoleum sits in pitch black silence. In the chaotic darkness, even time seems to come to a standstill. How long has it been since the last scene of activity in here? But on this day, a new voice echoes in the tomb. Where is this? A tomb. Who am I? Unknown. Who are you? Also unknown. Dove, they did give me a name. Sui. Have you been here for a long time? If you would, Mr. Yu. Before you take me away, might I have a presumptuous request? If it's not too much trouble, could you go over to that small restaurant across the street and buy me a bowl of plain rice with a cup of tea? It's no good to be in prison on an empty stomach. It's my job. Please wait a moment. Are you going? The sentence has been passed. I can very well dally around the Judicial Review Office. I know, which is why I'm here today to send you off. You don't seem to resent me. Now that I know the whole truth, I find no reason to resent you. Although, I could resent you for not telling me earlier. If I did, I fear you might be clad in the same feathers that I have on me right now. I have to leave a few worthy successors for the Judicial Review Office. I have raised an objection to your conviction. In truth, if you feel this unjust, you can request a review at the three organs of justice. Could you possibly think what I did is unworthy of a decade behind bars? But all that you did was ultimately for. What difference does it make? The law is the law, not a mere guide to what is moral. If I refuse to comply with the law today, how many more like me will be there in the future, and how much chaos will they create in the name of morality? It is unlike a disciple of mine to be spotting such words. I have been careless in my words. It's up to young people like you and those who steer the law closer to what many deem is right. I'll be waiting for the day, and since that pine tree on the mountain still stands, I'll also be waiting for you to cut it down and craft me a coffin from this wood. By the way, why have you come here today not dressed in the Judicial Review Officer uniform? I resigned. A thunderclap can illuminate a moment, but it cannot distinguish what is good or evil, truth or false for everything. There are many things I cannot perceive clearly. The pine tree remains on the mountain, but it is merely a tree. What the mountain climber sees in a tree depends on their intentions. I will return to the Tenshi Burrow and practice my craft for a while. Very well. Doing something you don't understand with model eyes will never bring you any achievements. Sir, there is still one thing I do not understand. Why exactly did you insist on investigating the Grand Preceptor's case? Why do you ask? I organized the file surrounding this case only to find Gu Xuan was not the only one who sacrificed everything he had for this affair. Gu Xuan might have his own motives, but you have no direct connection to the case, save for being under orders back then to bring this unresolved case at a judicial review office to light. Mr. Yu, the mail you wanted. The way that our saviors at Jews refused to take payment, and even say that they look forward to seeing you again. Strange, I didn't even mention the meal was for you. I recall meeting Gu Xuan in a restaurant several decades ago, when he imparted this to me. Too many colors blind the eyes, too many flavors dull the tongue. I only understood his words later, probably owing to my short-sightedness and dull sense of taste. My eyes see only the unvanished truth, and my tongue savors only the unaltered taste. The man clad in prisoner attire turns around and takes one last look at the plaque above the doors of the Judicial Review Office, at the courtroom behind the doors. He bends down, scoops a handful of unmelted snow under a cypress tree, and sprinkles it onto his rice bowl. He finishes his meal in a few mouthfuls. Tasty. Thus, I depart. Why are you here? Because of a mistake, an oversight. I can feel it. You are in so much pain, so much anger. But after so long, your wound is healing, your rage subsiding. You sound exhausted. Yes, my consciousness, my soul, it has split into multiples, just like you. Where did they go? Outside the tomb, they call it the mortal realm. The mortal realm. Is it a beautiful place? Not at all. There I have witnessed the most savage slaughters, the most malicious plots, the most merciless betrayals. Kind destroys kind, love turns to hate. Arrogance caused by my failure, but I cannot comprehend human emotions. If the mortal realm is such a vicious and repulsive place, then why did they go there anyway? Because... Who goes there? Quite a distance you have hiked. Where are you off to? Why does it concern you? I'll tell you why. You caused a ruckus in Jan and you expect me to do nothing. You old things probably forget the pain of a wound before it even healed. If we could beat you up and drive you out then, we can do it again now. With just yourself, laughable. With just yourself, laughable. Oh, was that a challenge to fight? Let's go. I know you have a few words down in that belly of yours. Let's see who's stronger, you or that painter. Let's see how long your leftover words can stand against my flames. You will pay for your impertinence. Forget it, there's no use in killing you. You'll only maul another body to life just like before. If this is your excuse for backing down, I accept. I can't be bothered to argue with you, but before I look at your true form and off you for good, there's a question I want to ask. I'm curious, what exactly did that Weishi failure promise you to make you obey his orders so willingly? No, not just you. All of you. His plots do not concern me. We only share some common goals. The one I seek is that disgraceful traitor imprisoned in a tomb. If you only want revenge, you will just kill these proxies one by one, then wait for it to die in a war with Jan. So many years have passed. Your so-called kin on this land surely only numbers a few now. You are just feeling nostalgic. This human emotion is what makes you different than beast. Absurd. No. That can be the only reason you have conspired with him. Don't think you can fool me. In all these years, Jan has always kept a few pairs of eyes on you. Are you still thinking about that thing under by Shao? Hmm. Uncle Lee, are we gonna find that here? This was the only place I go out after asking around. After so many years apart, it's the first time I was hoping news about him will turn out to be false. But I can't think of anyone else who fit the bill. Someone so obsessed with martial arts that you have fought everyone worth fighting and even intentionally injured others on multiple occasions. How did he end up like this? No clue. His obsession is unmatched. Although the stronger the obsession is, the harder it is usually for the mind to break. What was that? Huh? Wait, who? We'll find him soon, but be careful. You might be the only one who can wake him from his madness. Let's go, Uncle Lee. Was the blade falling into his hand truly a sleight of fate? Liang Shun, oh Liang Shun. If something were to happen to Hua Tianpei, it'd be on your head. From a distance, a burly body can vaguely seen in the depths of the cave. Heavy fists repeatedly pound the rock walls, leaving blood stains that resemble plum blossoms. Every punch shakes the entire cave. Only now do the visitors realize this cave has been carved out by the punches. 40 years, the first under heaven. When did I? The blade, I can't give it away. I better throw it away. My daughter, I won't let you harm her. Dad? Dad, wake up. Dad! You can almost see Bai Shao from here. Visiting this post house has unexpectedly turned into a trip down memory lane. What? You lot insisted on following me. So why the silence now? All who died here are our brothers. All for loyalty. Lord Wei, someone's following us. Watch out! Impressive swordplay. In the many years since we last met, your swordplay has turned incomparable. Lady Chen. Long time no see, Wen Yi Wu. Uncle. Hui Jie. I saw what you did in Longman was the stupidest decision you could make. You and this man, what are your plans now, even? You shouldn't be here. Could it be Fumizuki? She told you. I made this decision myself, nothing to do with anyone else. This affair likewise has nothing to do with you. True. I have never asked about your past, considered it your private business, and felt I have no right to pry. I have been to many places these past few years and seen many things I never saw or even thought of before. I think I have come to understand that despite all the contradictions in this land, righteousness still exists. What happened to my mother and my sister, you can say they have nothing to do with your past. So I want to see for myself how you plan to unravel this past you have been entangled your entire life. Wei Wu, your time has come. I seem to suddenly remember many things. Things I saw within an enormous body, through eyes that can see through the mist. You're a part of this consciousness, so it's only natural you possess the same memories. But the mortal realm I saw is different from what you described. So what did you see? A fire. At the very beginning, people congregated to fend off ferocious wild beasts, and started a fire to light up the cold nights. They gathered around the flames, forged all sorts of tools, and cooked all kinds of dishes. Their faces bore many expressions I cannot comprehend. I really want to know what those feelings are. Such a thought is very dangerous. Dangerous? Your kin, the proxies, are already roaming about the mortal realm. Enter it with similar thoughts. But the only thing awaiting them was the endless torture. Did they all want to become human? Before I become one, first I want to know, what is humanity? Where should I go to look for my answer? Just go. Take a walk in the mortal realm. A cacophony of emotions and desires will bring endless suffering. Give us up form and it will resemble the dawn of chaos. Fall into its feathers and you will never break free. You're not afraid. I... Ah! Huh? Oh, just a dream. I guess it's not so strange to dream about it. Where's everyone? The young chef leaps off the couch, stretches himself and rubs his eyes hard. The kitchen before him remains the same, pots and pans all in place. He seems to suddenly think of something and hurriedly opens a cupboard, taking out bottles of oil, salt, soy sauce and vinegar. Carefully, he drips a drop from each bottle into his mouth one by one, his brows tightly knit, dipping tough. Only after a long time does a smile appear on his face. Phew, thank goodness. It still tastes the same. Whether as man or beast, whether I remember or not, it doesn't seem to make much difference. The flavors of the land are endless, and I have discovered all the ones I have been seeking for. As for what comes next, yeah, let's not think about it right now. Enjoy the flavors of today and leave tomorrow worries for tomorrow. That's all that it is to eat. Let's get cooking. And that's how it ends. The EX stages have been released, and I will play them next week. But first, 0011 new arrivals Spring Feast. Outfit Shu wore during a feast held by her family. A beauteous purple robe across her shoulders, a silken skirt along her length. Here, a goddess lies, quietly watching the turning of the seasons. So beautiful. Bena, almond, higmore, honeyberry, cantabile, mulberry, proviso mouse. Cross the king glint.
こういうオカルトのビデオはあまり好きじゃないんだ。でも背筋が冷たくなる。それはないかな。暗闇の中は暑いんだ。坑道の奥へ行けば行くほど息ができないほど暑くなる。そこから昇降機に乗って地上に戻るまですごく時間がかかる。うちはいつも頭の上の光を見ながら
Where the hell is Shu? Here. Who else should I add? Ascalon-san. And Crosslayer. Yep. All of this should rotate between my assistants.
È da un po' che non mi sento così. Sto lavorando a
What is
qualcosa
this?
di cui credo.
IS5. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Preferirei occuparmi di questi casi piuttosto che affrontare un
Yay.
processo con una
I
sentenza
hope
stabilita.
maybe for next year to be able to participate on the bingo lockout, or even be, I don't know, maybe be an important figure, a content creator. Probably, I don't know. Maybe. I think I will put most time into IS6 when it comes. More than IS5 at least. IS4 I still have to complete all of the squads. But for now, that's it.
Forse è impossibile cambiare Siracusa. La mafia, le famiglie, sono nate insieme alla nostra nazione e hanno trasformato Siracusa in quello che è oggi.
ドクター、日の光とドクター、手を貸してみなさい。手相を見てあげる。あら、この天地人の山菜門、すごいわね。起死方はわからないし、生命線は4分断で行方もぶつかり合ってる。なるほどね。やっと理解したわ。あなたって人はお騒がせだけど、なんだかんだいい落としどころを見つけて終わらせる。ただの普通の人間なのね。
So beautiful, this
私たちの命に
young lady under heaven.
でも
Well,
違いはそれだけなの。
this is the end of the stream.
ロドさん
I didn't get Blaze again!
人々を乗せられる一方、
Ah!
水
Fuck!
はじめまして。この度新たに記者のホームを担当することになりました。
Well, I have still some draws saved for whatever comes next. In Telekia, I'm gonna do a part of Yolos. The more important one is Eblana, and then it will be Monster and Lemon. I hope I get lucky next time and don't get swindled again by this unlucky bullshit. But well, that's it for today. Thank you for coming to whoever has come, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.